After the other shop was at it. I don't really see the marks, just more prints. Not showing up in camera. Just where the hoses went over from the AC unit. See it in the light there a bit. Uh-oh. They told me that's dirt. Paint chip here. What's that? Well, I don't think it's a paint chip. Maybe just dirt. Okay. There's that handprint that you can see in the light here. And then hose marks over here. Indicators you'll see here. So you can see there's already a mixed match of bolts and still leaking out the rear seal. Okay. Real well. Plug. Screw. There's the flat style. Another one there. Another one there. Another one there. That one is a 7mm. All flats. 7mm and like ditto for the outside. Oh, that one. Or I took out. Now this is where we're at now. Skip plates are off. Under belly pans, wheel well. Go ahead and access the connectors back here if I need them. Take this off here. I say don't touch these. Take them off here. There's about 2 marks already been off before. Been off before. They're one-time use bolts. Should have been changed once already. Oh, there's access to the rack. Oh yeah, right there. Okay. Fine morning. Suspension's apart. What I got here? So, get a dry shaft out. Gotta drop the exhaust, which looks like it has possible aftermarket, maybe. Anyways, a couple of actuators there for cutouts. Now what do we have here? Oxygen sensor there. It's there. And the cat's in the cradle and a silver spoon. Anyways, what else we got? Lines. Gotta drain this. Drain the rad. I don't know if I'm tying this up yet or if I gotta drop it out. I'm gonna try tying it up. Okay. Video update. About to undo this so I can turn the dry shaft. taking a dry shaft right now. We cannot get this side out. Have to put that exhaust up in here before we do the rest. That's lined up this way. I'm gonna mark that shaft there, mark that shaft there. What am I looking at here? Cooler lines. There's one that goes to the intercooler. That one there goes up towards the rubber bad hose. Looks like I have to take those off from up top. What's out there? Almost looks like coolant right there. Okay, I'll have to have a better look at that in a bit. Okay, got to pull the radiator and the hoses out, and cooling fan, and all that stuff. So, what do we have here? That's bolted on there. Hose cap there. T-fitting down there. Go this way. Hose here. Upper hose. Little steam bottle. Okay. So nothing damaged here. It's a high pressure line. Rubbing up against like a resonator type of thing. Or expansion valve, whatever you want to call it. For the AC system. And what do we have here? Okay, make sure these are hooked up correctly. Have these tagged to this side. That's going up over the airbox area. It's mostly this line here. And that goes down there. I think we'll leave that in the car. Under those two, flip it over. Okay. Got the fitting off the AC unit over here. And the other one here, so I can move the lines up and out of the way over here. The reason why I'm doing that is because I'm going to try to leave the rad in place. It's supported by the lower cradle here, so I'm going to have to try to find a way to tie these up to here without the damage and without doing damage stuff. So I think I see a path. If I had to pull this back, put some long tie straps on that, just tie it up. That should be good. Then we can leave it in the car and drop the cradle off. Okay, and then next thing here is I'm gonna zap strap down, tie the brackets from the AC and rad combination up over top of these. That will suffice. Next is, okay, that bolt there was missing right there. So we'll make sure that one gets it when it gets back together. Yep, yeah, I got a video rolling here just so I can record it because I know it's going to be a month before it goes back together.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, perfect.
Yep.
That's what I'd be doing.
Yep.
Okay. If you need help, ask.
Yeah, sounds good. Just shop foreman checking in on me, make sure I'm not overly crazy. Another not so factory thing, because we have the intercooler in here. The transmission cooler has been tipped sideways. Yeah. But that's neither here nor there. Taking it off here. And then try to swing it out this way so I can come down with the racks. Okay. So under that connector there, this wiring harness looks like it might come down with the subframe, and that's staying up in the vehicle. So, and then at the other end of the wiring harness, let's not forget the AC pressure connector. That one there. Okay. Moving on to the back of the panel here, because we still have a wiring harness that comes up and over. So this comes up over here. Then I'm just going to disconnect it all because I don't know what's vehicle and what's harness. engine harness. So, talking about this wire that goes across the AC into the pressure sensor. Anyways, comes up here, and it's into the vehicle side of the harness that's staying. The ground wire and this, they go together. Ground wire goes up over here. So, and on the vehicle harness, is detached except for the one that goes underneath the box here and this way. So, yeah, let's take this box off. Okay, so what we're looking at here is the last connector. That's all out now, and that goes to the engine harness. So pop that off, feed it over, and I think that's getting close now. Okay, just so they don't get damaged during the drop, in case I need to put something on this, like the wires, tip them over, or take the hoses off at this time. Including, of course, the heater hoses. Okay. Just taking off the vacuum line, going to the booster, and where else does it go? Go somewhere up at the front here. Anyways. So, as I fall over here, look at this. It looks like it's already blown out. Maybe. Something worth looking into. I can't pull it out any further than that. Maybe that's as far as it goes. Definitely with a closer look once it hits the floor. Here we are. Engine harness all up on top of it. All the lines that I can see are off. They're not part of it. It's over there. I think we're about to drop it out the bottom. And also I don't see the back here. Oh, maybe that breather there. No, that breather's not. There's on an engine bracket. Yep. Engine's out. Thank you very much. Okay. So, gotta make sure that those get reattached. Thank you. That wasn't on. That was loose. Okay. One more time to get a cherry picker. Or we'll just use a hoist arm. Yeah, we'll just use a hoist arm. Get lifted and rip it apart. And that connector there is already broken. Just look like this. Let's get some more detail on the wiring harness, where it goes. Go down there. A couple clips there. Back over to the starter. Let's pull the manifold off first. right up in there. Now keep in mind I've already pulled some of this off. Looped around that mount. Ain't nothing. Okay. I'll take the exhaust manifolds off to access some of the wiring. So coils have to come off next, then manifolds, and then the rest of the wiring, and then the harness is off. Okay, on this side here, taking this off. I'm going to do too much damage to the tin shield here if I try to pound that out. I mean, if you're not worried about that type of stuff, you can go ahead and bend that over. Here we're going to try to pull off the shield. That's what I'm talking about, because there's low mileage. Before I even do that though, let's get some to seal these up so no crap falls in. Okay, here we're shifting gears a bit because we want to have a look at the cylinder walls. So instead of dismantling all this, we're going to be taking the heads off on here first and then having a look so we can get parts coming before we disassemble the rest of the way. So that's going to be a different. I do all these tear down cups. That one there. The assortment here, everybody is numbered in order that they happened, tagged, and nice clear cups. I find that Ziploc bags, will rip and fall apart, and can't always read the writing on them. Anyways, that's this. So, start a new set of cups for intake and engine re type of things. Not engine re, sorry, rebuild. Before I pull the heads off though, I'm going to finish taking off the rest of the wiring here just so it's not a tripping hazard. It's out of the way and I'm risking breaking anything. So here it is under this manifold here. Knock sensor, starter, there are brackets here. What's that? It's back of the water pump. Oh, where that's going? No, that's the PVC system there. And the drain back. And yeah, you can see the dipstick was still in place. So doesn't really want to feed through the exhaust manifold very nice. So make sure to have it in here before you put the exhaust manifolds on. Another manifold on the other side here. My harness goes in behind, down, tied on there, down there. Knock sensors under the heat shield. Okay, there we go. Let's take this off. Carefully, you don't want that stuff falling inside. Not that matters, it's coming all apart anyways. Okay, so of course we're gonna have to replace all the high pressure lines and stuff like that. So, yep, let's take injectors off next. Just looking here, got a big Allen key there. I don't know why it's different, but it's different. Okay, what we're looking at here. Heads are off. We have new bolts in there. Let's get this sucked up a bit more and then close over. Inspect those boards better. So it's all back together. Kind of. And push it to storage. But at least you see it's easily pushable. Oh my god, speech impediment. 3 of the boxes still need to get tagged and finished filled up. They have some accessories back here. I'm going to put these into the other stuff. I think. Yeah. We'll add this to the storage pile. Okay, so all apart now. A bunch of piston rings, not rings, so the pistons themselves. are broken in here. And it kind of lines up, or actually not kind of, but way back when I was doing an air check on this, a cylinder leak down check, I had like 3 pistons, or 3 cylinders, that according to the numbers, they're within spec, but I could definitely hear more going into the crankcase. There was an audible difference. It wasn't even you know, they were within like 5% of each other. But when leak down test, you actually hear it in the crankcase going psh, but the other ones were more like completely sealed and you barely any blow by. So yeah, made the right call in pulling it apart. We do have a little bit of cylinder wall damage, and kind of hard to see with the cameras. I don't see the depth of it, but it is what it is. That's probably some of the worst stuff there. A little bit of scuffing, digging in, something like that. Anyways, well, it could have been a lot worse, that's for sure. A bunch of stuff here that was all tagged up, getting ready for storage. Everything's labeled, so no one can say, hey, I thought it was this other vehicle. Well, even on second sides here too. So. And these are also getting closer to be ready for storage. Packing the things up. I think we're getting some more bins. Trick is, you gotta be careful. You don't overload these things. You still need to pick them up. And these things here also need packed up. I'm gonna find some more cardboard to protect that. Wrap those around. Do them individually. Same with the crank. Okay. Quick description of some of the stuff that's in each bin. Not complete, but gives you the idea of what to find in each one. All the install stuff there. Nuts and bolts will be underneath. The blower is just going to be that one thing. Engine external. All bolts will be underneath that one too. 9 of 10. 10 of 10. Okay. So I have to pack up the crank itself. But yeah. If I find a safe home for the crank, that's the trick.